I always like sharing some of these slides. And for the comfort of the people in the audience, not only did I spend many years as an investor in finance and financial services, I also spent many years teaching principles of banking. And so I also know, and the data shows itself, that despite all the progress that has been made with all kinds of technologies, in the world, we have about 1.7 billion people worldwide who are unbanked. This is a problem, a huge problem that affects people and their abilities to participate in the real economy. Now, within continental Africa, you can see from this key here, it goes up to about 91% of the population. In some countries, that is a bit of people are unbanked. Look at the map. So what do we need to do? Banks have been around forever. I mean, I was born and there were banks. I mean, I'm sure many of you here were born and there were banks. But people are unbanked. 1.7 billion around the world. So, yet, we are in a world whereby we all need to exchange goods and services and assets, and we do that by exchanging money and credit. So you realize that we need to be very efficient in exchanging money so that money can move around fast enough. If you are dealing with a population where 80% of people are unbanked, the tools that are available, even to central banks, are very limited. They are truly very limited. And I'll give you some examples. If I have a mortgage because I borrowed money from the bank and the bank is lending me the money for my mortgage at a rate that is linked to the central bank rate, if the central bank wants to increase the economic activity and they want to increase money flow within the economy, they can just reduce the interest rates. The reason it works in the West is because my interest rate on my mortgage has come down, and my mortgage is probably one of the largest household expenditure for me. It means I have more free cash available to spend on other household items. So I can go shopping. And because whatever I buy is somebody else's income, that means they can actually have an impact in the economy. They can unlock the economy. One of our other brothers used the word unlock the economy. How can we unlock the economy? And that was, I think, Patrick. So you realize that if we are sitting within continental Africa, we have central banks. We have had them since I was born. Many of us met them. But what that means really, if you really think about it and go to the basics, it means that no central bank within continental Africa can actually change interest rates that will affect money flow within the economy. It would not work because the transmission mechanism that would get that to work in the United States or Europe does not exist on continental African soil. So we need to realign our minds. That very important point was made by our brother Simba. I hope I pronounced that right. We need to realign our minds. We need to build solutions that work in addressing the problems that we have. Europe will not do it for us. America will not do it for us. And we are now sitting at an unprecedented time that history has never seen before. There is a huge reawakening, a renaissance, a realization of the fact that we have to do it. And we can only do it by coming together, by collaborating, and collaborating effectively. So what is the solution? This is the solution. So in the old world, you have financial institutions that sit around branches. They would set up in the rich areas to serve rich people. They use some kind of core technology to manage accounts. They integrate some kind of payment mechanism to move money from one account to another, and they give us devices so we can exchange money with the merchants. Those devices are typically either a bank-to-bank transfer or a Visa and MasterCard. Now, if you live in London, where every corner shop that you go to has one of these, it's fine. That works. But trust me, if you live in Sierra Leone in Freetown, it doesn't. If you are in Lagos, then you would know that in some places you go and you would find 7 sitting on the desk because they need to try every one of them to see which one works to collect your money. If you go to my old town where I went to high school, you'll be lucky to find restaurants that can have these POS device sitting right there, ready to collect my money. So we need to realign our minds. We need to think outside the box. And so the solution is a different kind of ecosystem. And we are not new to this. We are not new to this. Many of you know that when telecommunications come into question, there was a time when you had to lay a fixed line into every household and every office so that you can have a telephone line to communicate to the rest of the world. And then the mobile phone came along. And now you don't need that anymore. And Africa leapfrogged that fixed line infrastructure into a mobile telephone infrastructure that now serves people and has such a high penetration. So people have devices in their hands that they can use meaningfully to access financial services in a way that we have never seen before. So the answer is, we need an open transaction ecosystem where financial institutions can come on board, merchants can come on board, government departments, government agencies can come on board, central banks can come on board, and they can issue their currencies direct. Now, that has phenomenal implications. I talked about earlier about the example where a central bank in Africa is trying to control interest rates in order to unlock the economy, give the economy a kickstart. In the United States, they just approved a 1.9 trillion stimulus bill. What are the central banks within continental Africa doing? And do you think the West will come and change that? No. You think America will change that? No. You think Europe would? No. We have to change it. We have to work with every government. We have to have our own currency that is sovereign. And we need to empower every individual to be part of this ecosystem. That story needs to change. The 80% that are excluded need to be in the game. That's what that does. It's a different world. To some people, it may be far too futuristic. But what it does is it creates an ecosystem where everyone can transact with each other. Institutions, customers of institutions, central bank, whole populations. And we are using it. We've been using this infrastructure to distribute the Lumi, the first central bank issued currency that is distributed directly into every household. It is the first. The Lumi is the first. We've been doing that since October last year. Every run, which happens precisely on the 28th day of every month, goes without a hitch. Everyone gets their share directly. And that opens up massive opportunities to be able to control money flow within the economy, using different types of instruments in order so that we can begin to take control of our economies and begin to drive it. Now the central banks can have different types of instruments at their disposal, such as the transaction rate instrument and the classic interest rate instrument that they are typically familiar with. And these two combined will create the tools that continental African central banks need to have the kind of effect that they must have in controlling money flow within the economy and pacing the economy in the way that is desired to create employment and empower every person to participate in the economy. The other thing is that, of course, we are all in a transaction ecosystem. We all buy and sell things. And if the buyer's spending is the seller's income. We have to be careful about the kind of money we are accepting in exchange for our goods and services. I want to leave you with one thought before I go into the demonstration of how does this really work? How do you create an account? Imagine a scenario where Africa has all that the rest of the world needs: petroleum, gold, diamond, timber. Everything you can think of, we're very well endowed with it. And for generations, we've been exchanging our materials, our raw materials, our valuable resources in exchange for fiat. Imagine how worthless that fiat is. But it takes telling. It takes a realignment of the mind to realize that if you take worthless fiat and hand over your gold and your diamonds and iron ore deposits, and those people who are giving you worthless fiat, it doesn't matter the number that's written on it. If they take your iron ore and go and make cars and sell the same cars to you at a high price, you are being robbed. Big time. So not only do we have to worry about the goods, the quality of the goods and services we exchange when we trade, we also need to be mindful of the quality of money and the quality of credit we get in exchange for our goods and services. And until that day when, as it is now with the Lumi, that we have our own currency that has value, that the rest of the world can access and buy to trade with continental Africa, currency that is accessible to absolutely everybody without distinction of class, an infrastructure that brings the 80% unbanked into one ecosystem where they can trade with each other in real time. It's a game changer. But that will not happen on its own. Every one of us needs to participate. You, me, your mother, your grandmother, your dad, your uncle, your sister, your nephew. When we all do that collectively as a people, we change the narrative. We have everything we need. And now is the time. That's why there has never been a better time than now. I'm going to pause. I thought I'd give that background. I am sorry it's long, but it's important because it helps to put the things we're doing in context. It helps us to realize that what we are doing is beyond the chief of a kampong, for example. It's beyond Jamaica. It's beyond any one country. It is a collective. It is something that is designed to both liberate and empower. And we need to embrace it. There is no personal agenda at any point along these lines. We must engage in a process where we change the narrative for our children so that their future can rightfully be theirs, so that they can aspire for the things they want to achieve in life without feeling that there are any less. Of course, we are the wealthiest people on planet Earth. We were once. And now is the time to get back to it. But we need to realign our minds. There is something else, of course, that has happened. Effective January this year, the African Continental Free Trade comes into effect. And that involves free movement of goods, services, people, and investment. You can't talk about free movement of goods and investment without free movement of money in a way that is fast and efficient. So I'm going to take a pause. I will play a couple of video clips, and then after that, I will show you what we are talking about. I will do a few transactions with people in the audience we would look at specific business scenarios and see how individuals like you and I can participate in trading. But before I do that, I started with a story where I traveled to many countries within continental Africa. I was looking for investment opportunities. In the end, I did not invest because I was answerable to the people whose money I was responsible for allocating. The reason I didn't do it is because during that time, and this was before the financial markets crisis, you could not find scalable investment opportunities outside natural resource extraction, telecoms, and banking. The reason is simple. How does somebody sitting in Nigeria who can only sell to his neighbors in cash create a business idea that he can sell and monetize to somebody in South Africa? We need a different kind of infrastructure that is both accessible and it works and addresses the more than 40 currency problems that we have across the continent. The Lumi does that. So let me play that video clip. Denise, is that okay?
That's perfectly all right.
All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right. I'm going to, I think actually I might have it in this. Okay, I think I have it in these slides. According to recent World Bank data, there are over 1.7 billion people on bank. It's not changing, is it? It's not changing. I'm going to stop it. In some countries within continental Africa, over 80% are unbanked. This means vast numbers of the 1.3 billion people across the continent are not able to effectively participate in the real economy. The result is poverty and misery of millions. Businesses and individuals are now faced with the biggest wealth creation opportunity the African continent has ever seen through the introduction of the African Continental Free Trade Area, the AfCFTA. Given the challenges of financial inclusion across the continent, there is an unprecedented opportunity to use innovative technology which brings together individuals, communities, financial institutions, and businesses into a real-time transaction ecosystem. We must operationalize the AfCFTA to unlock the opportunities that the AfCFTA brings. We must ensure access to all, and we must address the more than 40 or so different local currencies across the continent which remain a huge impediment to trade. Welcome to the Swifin Platform and the Eco6 Lumi. The future is now. So the platform is designed to do one thing: deliver access to everybody so that we can change the narrative of the 80% unbanked. The Lumi does one thing: it provides a reserve currency so strong and so powerful and so accessible to all that it addresses the more than 40 or so different currency problems across the continent immediately. That way, not only will continental Africa trade with itself more, but it will also trade with the diaspora and the rest of the world better. Now, how do you register and access the account in order to start receiving the stimulus and start looking at how you can use it? I'm going to play another short clip, no more than 2.5 minutes long, I believe. So this is about us working together, hand in hand, step by step, shoulder to shoulder, and reaching millions of people and changing millions of lives in our time. It is a journey, and it's a collective one. It's about collaboration at the very highest level, not just between individuals and businesses, but between states and governments, not only within continental Africa, but with the African diaspora. That's the kind of scale that this is, the Lumi. And there is a credit line for businesses, support businesses at this difficult time. If you permit me, I'm just going to play that one last video clip, and then I'll go straight into the demo. We must use technology to deliver access to digital financial services differently and support businesses to fight poverty, fight unemployment, and fight exclusion from financial services. To access the Lumi credit line direct from the Central Solar Reserve Bank now, get online. You can register now if you do not already have an account. Click on Banking. Then click on Payment to Self and select APL Credit. Enter the amount, upload any supporting documents, and describe the use of funds. Read and confirm agreement to the terms of use of the credit line. That's it. You can check the transaction details and see that the funds are available in the account and ready to use to drive your business goals. Together, we can improve financial inclusion globally. Together, we can reach millions. We can fight poverty, unemployment, and unequal access. We can change millions of lives in our time. Okay, in order to deliver access to everyone, the platform is designed so that there is an online channel, a mobile app channel, an SMS channel so simple but so powerful that you can use any basic phone connected to any mobile network anywhere in the world in order to access your simple transactions such as your balance, make payments, request payments from other people, and authorize transactions that you need to authorize only by using the basic phone with just the buttons. So we're not talking about technology that is accessible to the select few that can afford a computer, not for the select few that can afford a smartphone, but really for everybody. And if you don't have a phone at all, you can just simply carry your QR code with you as, print it out, put it in a beautiful key ring, and that becomes your payment card. You can present it at participating merchant outlet, authenticate your transactions, and get paid. We don't need to ship around anything because everybody already has a device they need to participate in this ecosystem right where they are. And there are electronic vouchers, which are just like electronic checks for those that may not have an account on the platform yet. So you can take a voucher worth 10 Lumi to a shop, get shopping for 5, and then get change for 5 Lumi in a voucher. And you walk away with a new voucher and you're shopping. And that's it, done. Financial institutions can come on board and they can manage their entire agency outlets so that they can do business better, reach more customers faster, and deliver a better experience to them like never before. And together, collectively, we will be reaching millions of people, delivering access like we have not seen before, and making sure that it is inclusive, that everyone can be part of this reset without anyone being left out. So I'm going to focus my demo on the online app and the mobile app. just because I don't have a basic phone that I can display remotely on the screen, me pushing the buttons for SMS. But if you want to try it, you're welcome to try it. So that's the app, and I'm just going to go onto the mobile, the online portal. So you go to platform.swifin.com and you can log in. I'm just going to log in. I use this account for demonstrations at these presentations and these summits. So I'm going to use the same. So I log in. Here on the left, I have logged into, okay, I can log into the app on the left. I like using the front end, the new front end. It's slicker, cleaner, much easier. But if I want to make a payment, it's as simple as I can either go to banking and I click on pay to user, or from the dashboard, I can just click pay user. Same thing, so it gets me to that menu. And then I enter the telephone number. I usually take a random person on the audience who already has an account. Any volunteers?
Yes, Pamela.
Pamela, what's your telephone number?
703-624-2784.
Sorry, is that +1? I must put the country code.
Oh, so it would be 1 plus 1, yes. 703 624 2784.
2784. Is that it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, there you are. Pamela Marshall.
Yes.
Is that you?
Yes, it's me.
Okay, 1 Lumi. Okay. Now, again, I'm going to go back to the story that I started with. Let's say Pamela now runs a restaurant. Pamela, where are you right now?
I'm in Virginia.
You're in Virginia, in the US.
Right.
Let's say that I've come to your restaurant, and this is I'm not saying that you own a restaurant. I'm just saying, let's suppose that you had one, and I came there and I had a meal, and the meal was $5. Yeah?
Yeah.
So I can enter 5 as the amount. I can put 5 there as the amount. And I can come here and select US dollars. So I'll just pick US dollars. I say thanks for the meal. And I submit. Now, obviously what I've done is I've entered 5. I've selected US dollars. So the system then works out how many Lumi I need to transfer across to Pamela in order to pay my bill, which is $5 US, okay, at the restaurant. I confirm, and Pamela should get the payment instantly.
Yes, it's received. I see. You're right.
Okay, so we're not talking about 30 seconds. We're not talking about 30 minutes. It's real time. It's a kind of experience that we want everybody, including that 80% of people who have traditionally been unbanked. We want to bring them into this new world.
Love it.
Let's say I'm now the restaurant owner and I just need to collect a payment in real time. So I can create a quick invoice. Remember I said use the devices you have. Okay. So now I want to collect 0.000123 Lumi. And I just generate the QR code. Can I please ask a volunteer from the audience to pay me? Okay. I've just served your meal.
I will. This is Denise.
Okay, Denise, please go ahead. You go into your app, you do scan, do make payment, scan QR code, and then just scan and submit.
Just 1 minute.
Okay.
Make payment.
Make payment, scan QR code, and then scan that QR code on the screen. Now, I'm hoping that you are using your computer for this conference and your mobile phone is free.
Yes, I'm using my mobile phone.
Are you using your mobile phone for the conference itself?
No. I'm using my computer for the conference, but to interact with you, I'm using my computer.
All right, perfect.
Phone.
Thank you. So just take your phone and scan the image on the screen.
Okay, so I go to payment request.
No, go to make payment.
Oh, make, yes.
Go to make payment and then scan QR code.
Yes.
And then scan and submit. Now, this is more secure to collect remote payments than Visa and MasterCard. That's it, done. If I click here, the payment you will see yourselves is there. That's the payment from Denise Durant. These are the details, right? I mentioned earlier that somebody may not be on the exchange, in which case I can give them a voucher. So now I'm going to create a voucher here for anybody in the audience to take, okay? So I go to vouchers, I click open vouchers. There are obviously, oh, there is one there for one Lumi. So I open it. So if you want to redeem it, let's say you are the shopkeeper and I've come to do shopping, or I've sent my son to go shopping with a voucher. Then when they go, they collect all the items they need. If those items amount to 1 Lumi, they just simply hand over the voucher to the shopkeeper. The shopkeeper scans that voucher and collects the payment. So can I ask somebody in the audience to please take that?
I think it's already redeemed.
It's already, oh, is it? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Oh, it's done. That's true. It's already redeemed. But let's see who redeemed it. I was in a presentation yesterday and I said, look, imagine sending your 10-year-old or your 12-year-old to a shop to go do shopping, and touch wood, it's safe and it's okay, they want to shop and they come back. But if they're carrying one of these vouchers and anybody thinks that they can just take it, I mean, they are traceable, right? You can see who took it. You can see where it came from. That was Denise Durant. Okay. Now, let's say that somebody is in a situation where you need to send a request for payment. Okay, before I do that, I run a cinema, okay? And now I just don't want to collect one payment. I want to collect many payments of the same amount. And you can imagine different business scenarios. My local barber charges a certain amount for a haircut, and that is fixed. So my barber can generate a payment link, okay, a payment link, and that payment link could be, let's say, 0. I'm going to make a small amount so we can watch a number of people pay me, okay? And for anyone who pays me, I'll send you 1 Lumi back, okay? This is for a demo. I'm going to say here, haircut. But of course, this could be a cinema ticket. It could be school fees in a school, where this is just sitting on the wall. I go there, ask, can I pay? It could be a consultation fee at a doctor's surgery. It could be particularly priced items in a shop, so that when I go and I pick up my items, I scan each one of them and I put them in my basket.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So here, this one is fixed, and as many people can pay as possible. Imagine a scenario where your TV bill becomes due, and the TV company can simply project this QR code on your TV screen, and you can just scan from the comfort of your own home with your own phone and pay. You don't need Visa. You don't need MasterCard for that. But if you do it like that, it will work for everybody, including the 80% who are currently unbanked. And guess what? The 20% that are currently banked would love it. I need a few more people to pay me.
Yes, I paid you.
I've got 1 from Denise. So Denise, I promised I would send you 1 Lumi back. And it is as simple as click a few buttons, enter the amount, submit, and confirm, and it's done.
Sorry, I'm trying to pay you. How do I do that?
Okay, you go to make payment, and then you scan QR code.
Oh, my thing is not scanning. That's why. Okay.
Okay. Okay, one more payment and I can stop my presentation. I know it's late, and I'd like to thank you all for taking the time to listen. It's hard being the last person to present.
You're doing fantastic.
Brother, it was worth the wait.
Thank
It
you.
was worth the wait. I was working on the website all night, but I came in here because it was so important. And I can't wait to work with your platform.
Thank you. Thank you. And you saw the map yourself. This is a revolution like no other. From Jamaica to Ghana, to Nigeria, to South Africa, to Zambia, to Uganda, to Zimbabwe, Sierra Leone. It's a collective journey, and we are calling on every business, every individual, every household to come on board so that together we can create the kind of infrastructure that we want, so that we can reach millions of people and we can change their lives in our time in a way that hasn't been possible before. And so I also submit, and I agree, it's divine. It's just the right time. It could not have happened earlier. That's why we had to go through the 400 years. Now is the time. Okay, nobody else decided to pay me, right?
Do you want me to pay you again? I can pay you again.
No, I want to pay you.
Yeah, I want it. Me too. Can you put your number maybe? Because my scanner is not working.
So,
Pam, yeah? You pay him, Pam. You pay him.
So, but I don't know what paying him, where his name, how, I don't know how to pay you.
All right,
One
okay.
person speak at a time, too many people talking.
Yes, I was
Okay.
about to say that.
Okay,
And just scan the barcode. Pam.
to make a payment, this is what you do, okay?
Go to my, I'm going back to my Lumi app.
Yes, you go to the home page.
Yeah, right.
You
And
click,
it says
you click
scan
on make,
or
you,
scan QR code.
you
right?
click on make payment.
Scan QR code.
You click on make payment,
Mm-hmm.
and then you click on scan QR code, and you just scan it. That's it. And then you submit.
But I don't have a code to scan because I'm just seeing my house.
You're not seeing this. You're not seeing. I'm sharing my screen. Are you not seeing this app on my screen?
Okay, let me go back there.
That's the one you have to scan. Now, if you are using your phone to take the conference call, it might be impossible.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Using my phone to take the conference call.
All right, don't worry.
Do it, then.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
I
I
can't
got
provide.
a computer.
Sorry, I can provide a solution. If you have another phone, take a picture of the QR code. Take a picture on another phone, and then use that phone, that phone photo to scan with the phone that you're using right now for the conference. That's what I do.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah, I have my computer up. I could use it from.
That's fine, man. That's fine. That's fine, man.
That's fine. But yes,
That's fine.
Speak.
This is This was really just to show you, right? But you can share this on WhatsApp. You can take a screenshot. You can send to WhatsApp. You can send by email, and the person can scan all day long, right? And all you need is this QR code that contains all the information of where the money is going, amount, the currency. All of it is here. Okay.
Dr. Linus, I paid again. So.
You paid again. Okay, super. Now, if anybody really wants to pay me, then I can request a payment from them. So I can go to request payment from user, and I can enter their number. There is a way to request a payment. I just wanted to show that. Okay. But as one final touch, I have about how much Lumi do I still have in this account? I have 19 Lumi, so I'm going to create
hold on. Dr. Linus,
yes?
let me send you some Lumi, and please transfer it back to those kind participants who provided you with some Lumi.
Oh, perfect. Thank you very much. I knew
Do
that.
you want me to send it to? Give me the ID that you're currently using.
The ID I'm using is, let me display it here. If you want to display your ID, you click on the picture. It is 23
Yes.
92
Yes.
732
Yes.
129
Yes.
711733. And you see these ratings here, because this is community based, okay, you can rate people's transactions with you so that other people can see whether they are worth doing business with or not. Just to try and encourage some kind of
So I'm going to transfer this to you now. Are you able to show it on your screen?
Yes. As soon as you send Chief, it will be here because everything happens in seconds.
Because I'm not looking at the moment. I can't see.
Okay, that's fine. You haven't sent it yet. Oh, 100. Thank you. This is it. From Chief Semako. Okay.
Generous.
So what I'm going to do now is I will go here and I will create out of the 100. Okay, fine. Let me pay back some of the people who paid the payment first. I'll send you 5 Lumis each. And then whatever is left, I'll create some vouchers and people can pick them up. So if I go to my account, there was a payment there. So Yvonne, make payment, 5 Lumi, send. And then let's have a look at the next one. There was Yvonne, there was Pauline Anderson. Pauline, make payment, 5 Lumi. Next, gone. And then the next one.
Denise.
Yvonne, Pauline, Denise. Denise, yes, Denise. Make payment, 5 Lumi. Confirm. And then we have, I think, one more. It was Denise and Denise again. I got 2 payments from Denise.
Yes, but I think you paid me once already.
Oh, all right, okay. And that was yesterday. Was that yesterday or today?
No, today. That's
fine. It was a promise. Anybody who sent me something, I'll give them 5 back. So there you go. Another 5.
Merci beaucoup.
Thank you. Okay, and now we have by the way, there is a marketplace so that you can click on advertisements. And if you want to buy rice, you type rice, and any people who are selling rice will be there. So you can list your services. If you are, you have a restaurant, you can list your menu there. You sell products, you can list individual products. If you hairdresser, you can list your services there, and people can actually book these services and pay you before they turn up. It's all about helping to empower people to trade better. Okay, and to buy one of these, you just click, you add it to your shopping cart, and then you can go to your shopping cart. Let's see, am I allowed to buy it? Because to investment, which one was that? So marketplace. If the product is in stock, of course, then you can order it. If it's not, then you won't. Let's see. That was 562, 162. Let me see. Is it in stock? Add to shopping cart.
Sorry, I apologize. If I am in Canada and I want to be part of the Swifin platform,
yes,
how do I open an account? Because I try to go on the app, it says that my number is not accepted.
You need to enter +1.
Okay.
You need to enter the number in international format.
Okay, so 110 +1 647 or
Canada is +1, isn't it?
yes, but you also have to put 011.
Just +1, the country code, and then the rest of your
Okay.
number is fine.
Okay,
Just
good.
one and your
Just
number.
+1.
Just +1 and your
Okay.
number.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Because I thought it was like a routing call. Okay, thank you.
Now, if you run a business, you can have operators that can operate on your account with different authorization levels, so that if you can have some people that can initiate transactions, a different department, say the finance and compliance department, to authorize the transactions before payments go out, so that all the transactions I'm doing here, if this was from a business account, then somebody else might need to authorize it before the payments actually go through. Okay, so you can do that. You can register other people and manage other people's accounts, so you can grow your network. And it might be the case that a company might want to onboard their employees, so that all their employees can receive their salaries in Lumi at the end of the month electronically or scheduled. And if you want to make a payment, you can make the payment now, or you can schedule the payment to be at a different time in the future. Okay. So once you put the amount or the person that you're paying, I'm going to put my number 4479. Once you put that and you put the amount, then you get the option to pay either now, or you can schedule the payment in future. You can pay in installments. Okay, you can repeat the payment monthly, so that it goes out every month. If I wanted to make this in 10 installments, then I can put the number of installments 10. So it's just going to pay 0.1 each time. And I want the first payment to go now. I can click next, and it will give me a list of the payments which need to go and the schedule of the payments. Can you see that?
Yes.
Yeah. So on this date, it'll be 0.1. On that date, 0.1. On that date, 0.1. And I can pay over 10 months. If I'm happy with this, I submit. The system takes care of the rest.
No, you can't really see because it's so small.
Oh. Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is when you are scheduling payments. So you're making not just one payment, but multiple payments over a period of time. I don't want to do that, so I'm just going to cancel it, and so forth. Thank you so much for allowing me to go through this. I know it's the end of the day, and we have been at it for a long time.